Thomas and the Lost Magical Engine. Thomas is a cheeky and fussy little engine. He pulls Annie and Clarabelle with passengers inside of them. He takes them to every station, including Knapford Station. And all the stations in the world the engines take passengers to. One day, Thomas was taking passengers to Knapford Station. When he arrived at Knapford Station, Percy was there, delivering his mail on time. "Hello, Percy," said Thomas. "You look very busy." "I am," said Percy. "Why?" "Well, we're best friends, aren't we?" said Thomas. "Yes, we are," said Percy. And Thomas's passengers got off. The mail loaders unloaded Percy's mail cars. Then Sir Topham Hatt arrived. He had an important job for Thomas. "Thomas, you must go meet a magical engine. You must find a female magical golden lost engine. She is lost in a tunnel somewhere where she is being fixed up, and you must find her. She is being repaired at a lost tunnel. You must go find her. Understand?" said Sir Topham Hatt. "Yes, sir," said Thomas. "I will find that magical lost engine in no time. Where is she?" "She is in the tunnel, a lost tunnel, far away. Make sure to go and find her." "I will," said Thomas. "I'm going to tell my friends about this." "Good," said Sir Topham Hatt. "I'm sure they will be pleased about it." "Yes, sir," said Thomas, and Sir Topham Hatt left. Percy was excited. "I can't wait to meet the new lost magical engine. I can't wait to see what she does." "Me too," said Thomas. "I gotta go. I must find the magical lost engine." So the workmen uncoupled Thomas from Annie and Clarabelle, and Thomas puffed away out of Knapford Station to find the way to the magical railway, to the tunnel. Thomas puffed from sight to sight. As Thomas was on his way, he thought all about the magical engine. "I must find her as quickly as I can. I'm sure she'll be in some place," he said. As Thomas looked all around, he looked everywhere. It took him a very long time around the island of Sodor. First, Thomas puffed through the quarry. He saw Mavis, the diesel engine, working in the quarry. "Hello, Mavis," said Thomas. "I've got to tell you something." "What is it?" asked Mavis. Thomas told Mavis all about the lost magical engine. Mavis was pleased. "That's great," she said. "I have to take some stone cars and deliver them to the quarry and to the cement works." "That's great," said Thomas. "See you later." And Mavis chugged off with her slate cars. Thomas continued on his journey. Thomas puffed on and on. "Must find the magical engine. Must find the magical engine," he puffed. Then, when Thomas puffed into Brendam Docks, Salty was there. He was taking some freight. He was helping Cranky unload some freight. Thomas stopped next to Salty. "Hello, Thomas." Aye, Thomas," said Salty. Hello, Salty, said Thomas. I have something important to tell you. What is it? Asked Salty. Thomas told Salty all about the lost magical engine. Salty was amazed. Oh, that's great. I can't wait to meet her. I hope you find her. I will, said Thomas, and Thomas chuffed away out of the docks. Thomas chuffed through Sodor. And then Thomas chuffed through Vickerstown. And Thomas puffed through Vickerstown. When Thomas puffed through Vickerstown, he saw Donald and Douglas. Donald and Douglas were waiting for their freight cars. Thomas told Donald and Douglas all about the magical lost engine. Donald and Douglas were amazed. That's great, Thomas, they said. But we must hurry with our freight. We don't want to be late. And Thomas puffed out of Knapford Station. Goodbye, Donald. Goodbye, Douglas, called Thomas, and Thomas puffed out of Vickerstown. Thomas chuffed onto the mainland. He tried to find the way to the tunnel to the lost engine. I must find the directions. Must find the directions, he puffed. He puffed over the drawbridge. He looked and looked. It took Thomas a really long time to find the tunnel. At last, Thomas saw the tunnel. There it is, said Thomas. There is the tunnel with the lost engine. And Thomas puffed inside. When Thomas chuffed inside, he looked inside the tunnel. And there, when Thomas chuffed into the tunnel, he saw the magical engine. She looked very beautiful and wonderful. Hello, said the magical engine. I'm Lady. What's your name? I'm Thomas, replied Thomas. I'm the cheeky and fussy little engine. I pull Annie and Clarabelle. That's great, said Lady. I'm all repaired. I'm ready to go. But first I need to get coal and steam and power. Okay, said Thomas. And Thomas waited for the workmen to make Lady go. The workmen put coal in Lady's firebox, and they made her work. Then Lady was filled with coal and filled with water. When Lady was filled with water and coal, she puffed away. Let's go, said Thomas to Lady. Let's go to the island of Sodor. And Thomas and Lady puffed away. Thomas and Lady puffed along the mainland. When Thomas and Lady puffed through Vickerstown, Thomas went by Donald and Douglas again. Here's the magical lost engine, said Thomas. Oh, what's her name? Asked Donald. Her name is Lady, said Thomas. Hello, Lady. Hello, Lady, said Donald and Douglas. And Thomas and Lady puffed on towards Tidmouth Sheds. When Thomas arrived at Tidmouth Sheds, the engine saw Lady, the magical engine. Who's that? Asked James. This is Lady, the magical engine, said Thomas. Pleased to meet you, Lady, said Edward. It's nice to have you on Sodor, said Toby. I'll show you my nice, comfortable shed. Lady was pleased. She loved the island of Sodor, and now Thomas and Lady were finally good friends.